Good afternoon, everybody, and welcome to CVCA Live Stream's continuing coverage of the 2022 CVCA Hockey Christmas Tournament. It's day 2 of the tournament, and we've got 2 more games for you today. First up this afternoon, it's 2 teams that are desperate for some success. Normandy, with a short bench, and a young team from Twinsburg, both looking to get into the win column. My name's Tim Nichols, and it's good to have you with us once again. Before we get started, we'd like to let you know that you can follow CVCA Livestream's social media contacts on Twitter, Facebook, and Instagram by searching for the social media hashtag at CVCA Livestream. We'll keep you informed about all the upcoming CVCA Livestream broadcasts for this tournament and all CVCA home games. All the tournament games are available on the CVCA Boosters YouTube page, so make sure to tell your family and your friends. We hope you're having a good week between Christmas and New Year's, and if you've got the week off and you're able to be with us, we'll be glad to have you as our guests for the next couple of hours as Twinsburg and Normandy skate this afternoon at the Dan Kostel Rec Center. It's the second meeting of the season for these 2 teams. The 2 teams skated against each other back in November at the Normandy Thanksgiving tournament, with the Invaders coming out on top today. Both teams will try to rebound after dropping their opening games here yesterday. The Invaders skated in the early contest, and Matt Galetka scored an early second period goal against Whitmer to pull Normandy even with the Panthers, but the Panthers scored the next 3 goals, and that's when head coach Jim Jackson took the unconventional route. He pulled goaltender Jason Nicholson with 11 minutes to go, and that was the last time that Whitmer got a shot on goal. No shots on goal for the duration of the game as the Invaders skated with the extra attacker, but Normandy could only muster 1 more goal, a shot from the high slot from Vinny Inkervaya late in the game in the final 2 minutes. And Normandy fell to Whitmer yesterday by a score of 4-2. In the nightcap yesterday, Twinsburg was overwhelmed by the swarming CVCA offense and a stifling defense, with the Royals skating away with a 9-1 victory. The Tigers had little space and even less time to do much of anything, but if there was a bright spot, it was the goaltending play of first-year netminder Isaac Mulcahy. Mulcahy made 52 saves on the night, saving 85% of the shots he faced, many of those from point-blank range, and over 90% of the shots he faced in the first 2 periods. The lone goal for the Tigers was scored by senior Jackson Held. Held took a face-off that was won by the Tigers in the offensive zone and put the shot past the goaltender for the Royals for the only goal for Twinsburg on the evening. Final score yesterday, CVCA 9, Twinsburg 1. Twinsburg was limited yesterday to just 5 shots on goal the entire game, but it should be a different story today against the Invaders, who play a pair of defenders almost exclusively in Dane Gaugus and Willen Hill. The stamina of the Invaders should be challenged this afternoon, but it should give the Tigers some opportunity. Both teams on the ice getting their warm-up activities in. And in just a moment, we are going to tell you about Haven of Rest Ministries and the food drive that's ongoing here at the CVCA Christmas Tournament here in 2022. We're just mentioning the Haven of Rest Ministries food drive that's happening here during the CVCA Christmas Tournament. If you are able to head on down to one of the games this week, or you know someone who is coming, we ask that you consider helping out Haven of Rest. Haven of Rest provides emergency services that are available free of charge to all of need in the greater Akron area. Haven of Rest provides hot meals, overnight shelter, clothing, showers, laundry, and other vital services. They have separate men's and women's ministries that offer rehabilitation services for homeless persons in the greater Akron area. They also provide career, job training, and education services to help men and women improve their math and reading skills. And they have community outreach services that provides meals, clothing, and shelter. The food drive that's happening here this week will help restock Haven of Rest's food pantry, which has a weekly food giveaway. So if you're coming to the rink or you know someone who is, please ask them to consider bringing canned vegetables, fruits, soups, and broths, canned meats like chicken and tuna, regular or decaf coffee and tea, bottled and canned beverages and mixes, dry goods like cereal, pasta, rice, and beans, or paper towels, napkins, dish towels, cloths, and pot holders. We do ask that you bring new and unopened items only, and we thank you in advance for your support of Haven of Rest Ministries through the CVCA Christmas Tournament Food Drive. Once again, you are tuned in to CVCA live streams coverage of the CVCA Christmas Tournament. Normandy, the visiting team this afternoon. Twinsburg will be the home team. Tigers are the home team more often than not here at the Dan Kostel Rec Center in Garfield Heights, Ohio. They do call this arena their home arena, as well as does CVCA and also Brecksville Broadview Heights. But the Tigers participating in the CVCA tournament for the third season in a row. And they will wear their white home uniforms this afternoon in the matchup with the Invaders. We mentioned yesterday the Invaders and head coach Jim Jackson trailed Whitmer 4-1 in the early portion of the third period. And that's when Coach Jackson decided he was going to pull the goaltender with 11 minutes remaining. And while it didn't work for a victory, it did stifle the Whitmer offense, who was unable to get out of their defensive zone for most of the remainder of the period. Goaltender Jason Nicholson sat out all but 2 minutes of the final 11. The only time he was in goal was when the Invaders had a 5-on-4 power play. So he went back in between the pipes during that period. Vinny Incravaya did get a goal late to pull within 2, but the Invaders down 3 were unable to muster up enough offense to get back in it. They did play Whitmer just a week ago, a couple days before Christmas, and invoked the same strategy a bit later, as that was only a 2-1 game, and came up with the game-tying goal in the last minute when Josh Price scored. And so they're 2 for 2 in 6-on-5 extra man empty net opportunities in the last 2 games. They hope they won't have to invoke that strategy this game against Twinsburg, but we'll see what happens. The Tigers, on the other hand, certainly just looking to get untracked. Tigers playing out of the Greater Cleveland High School Hockey League Blue South Division, which, as we said yesterday, is more of the developmental division in the Blue. The Blue teams play for Barron Cup 3 qualification, so this year 3 divisions in the Blue. As years past, there have been 2. The Blue East and West, the Royals, the host team of this tournament, playing out of the Blue East division. Normandy, a Blue West team. Both of those divisions will send the top 3 teams out of 6 that are competing to the Barron Cup later on this season in early February. The 4th place teams in both those 2 divisions will play a playoff game to see who is the 7th team that qualifies. And then the Blue South division, the division that Twinsburg plays out of, will send its regular season champion as the 8th team overall that will compete for the Barron Cup later this season. So Twinsburg playing up, as it were, in this tournament. And certainly we'll see what the results are today for the Tigers. I'm sure they're hoping for a better result than they had last night when they matched up against a very tough CVCA team who has got a host of players that buzz around the ice. As we get ready for this contest, we look at the all-time series. It is the 17th meeting all-time between Normandy and Twinsburg. The Invaders lead this series 14-2, 14 wins against 2 setbacks or losses. The last Tigers victory was back in January of 2016 when Twinsburg defeated Normandy 6-4. Normandy's last win over Twinsburg, as we mentioned before, was last month on the second day of the Bruce Anderson tournament back in November. They have won 13 straight against the Tigers since that loss in January of 2016. Normandy's head coach is Jim Jackson. Jackson has been around hockey in Northeast Ohio for a long, long time, and we hope to get a chance to talk to him maybe later today during an intermission of the nightcap between CVCA and Whitmer. The head coach for the Twinsburg Tigers is Mike Johnston, and Johnston is assisted by Rocky Bernardo and Chris Held. 15 minutes is up on the clock, and we are getting ready for the kickoff of day 2 of the CVCA Christmas tournament. Normandy and Twinsburg both looking for a victory, which would be their first, and keep them in the running for the championship opportunity, which will see a championship game held on Friday afternoon at 5 o'clock. The team's heading out to the ice. We're just about ready to go. Normandy sends out Josh Price, Jude Price, Willen Hill, Dane Galgus, and Matt Galetka. The Tigers will get their players in just a moment as they send a 5th out. They drop the puck and we're underway. Normandy and Twinsburg got a shot immediately on the Twinsburg goaltender, and it looks like today it may be, as the stoppage occurs immediately as the puck is sticked up into the screen. It may be Aiden Syke, if we've got the number right. Aiden Syke wears number 1 for Twinsburg. Well, yesterday, Isaac Mulcahy got the start. And on the other side, Normandy also with a different goaltender today. Meredith Scherer, the junior, in goal for the Invaders this afternoon. Face-off in the Normandy attacking zone. They drop the puck down, and Jude Price sends it back to Willen Hill. His shot is wide and off the side of the net. The team's battle. Galetka is there. It's swept up by Max Coleman, who sweeps it forward, but not out of the zone yet. Galetka has it. Galetka in the slot, shoots, and it's knocked down to the near side corner. Twinsburg tries to clear the zone again, and they do. It's number 4, Bobby Lemieux, who dumps it deep. He'll battle Josh Price. Lemieux will try and dig it out. He can't, and Jude Price sends it long and off the boards. Ranging back on it is Aiden Johnston, who chips it up, looking for a teammate, and the Tigers clear the zone back to neutral ice. But Willen Hill is on it. Hill dumps it in deep. It's sticked aside by Syke into the near side corner. Josh Price collects it, centers, shoots. Jude Price has it knocked down. I don't think it got to the goaltender, Syke. Around the boards it goes, but kept in by Normandy, in deep. The Invaders lose the puck behind the net, set it up. Willen Hill kicks it down with his skate, and the Tigers battling to try and get it out. Hill keeps it in again, dumps it down low. Jude Price sends it on goal. It trickles through the blue paint, but to the far side corner and out of harm's way for the goaltender, Aiden Syke. Behind the net and sent to the far side corner, Bobby Lemieux has it. Lemieux waiting, looks up, and just sends it down the ice. The Tigers will ice it. First stoppage, or the next stoppage, occurs at 13:15 to go in the first period. Just underway, no score between Normandy and Twinsburg. Changes. As we've mentioned, Hill and Galgus stay out, the 2 defensemen for the Normandy Invaders. Face off to the right of Aiden Syke. Dropped down and controlled by Twinsburg, but sent up and kept in by Galgus, who skates into the slot. Galgus backhand, but it's knocked down by Dominic Mister. Mister into the corner, tries to kick at it. Also battling in there looks to be Max Coleman. Normandy digs it out. Galgus has it behind the net. Still on his stick. Galgus skates up top, tries to cross it. It's knocked down and kept in by Normandy. Shot is deflected high into the netting behind the goal again of Syke. And we've got another stoppage at 12:45. Early action here, as here's the shot attempt. Ricochets high and over the goal. The Invaders and Tigers. This one's one back to Galgus. He shoots it in. It deflects in front, never gets to the goal, into the near side corner. Melissa Green out there tries to dig it out. It's sent toward the goal, but knocked down in front and chipped off the boards, but kept in. Hill fans on it, but it goes just far enough to get to a Twinsburg Tiger, and the Tigers build it out. Just up below us, Rayma Johnson in for a shift. It's chipped in. Johnson gets back on side, but Hill is there. Hill chips it off the boards in the neutral zone. Matt Nicholson sees it sent back to a teammate. And now Hill sweeps it forward, and Normandy will change the front line. Meanwhile, on the far side, it's sent up and out of the zone, where Hill collects it and sends it right back in. Coleman retreats for it for the Tigers, sends it far around the boards and gets it right back. Coleman chips it up, and it's kept in. Hill sends it. It's deflected into the far side corner. Aiden Johnston sends it up, but can't get it out. It's sent back in by Josh Price. Jude Price collects it. Looks for Hill in the high slot. He has pressure, pokes it to the right side and keeps it in. It skates into the near side corner. Centering pass all the way to the far side. Josh Price is on it. Price leaves it for Galgus at the left slot. Sent back down low and intercepted for the moment, but back on the stick of an Invader. Galetka fires, and it's a save by Syke. So once again, the Twinsburg Tigers under heavy pressure. We saw a lot of this last night, and Isaac Mulcahy stood tall in goal. Today, Mulcahy with a break, and Aiden Syke called upon to try and keep the Tigers in this contest. Both of the goaltenders for the Tigers, first-year skaters and first-year goaltenders. Here's a shot, save by Syke. Galetka has it. Galetka with pressure. He sees Lemieux, but it falls to an Invader in front, chipped up. That Invader was Josh Price. It's now up and out of the zone for the moment. Back to center ice. Hill. He'll begin the next rush. Gains the zone. Lemieux back checking, pokes it away from him. It squirts behind the net and around the boards it goes. Far side, Ian Syke for the moment, and then a teammate sends it down the ice for an icing. Early shots on goal. 5-0 for the Invaders. Yesterday, 27-0 in the first period. CVCA put up 27 shots, got 3 goals in period number 1. We'll see when the first shot on goal for Twinsburg comes today. As they drop this one down, and it's sent out of the zone for only a moment, sent right back in by Willen Hill. Twinsburg tries to build it up, but they can't control the puck and escape the defensive zone. Bobby Lemieux has it. Lemieux skates behind his net, reverses course, looking for Syke. It's intercepted, and Galetka's shot is off the back glass, misses the net completely, and the Tigers get out to center ice, but they can't get past the red line. Galetka back in, winds up and fires a shot wide. Kept in on the far side by Vinny Inkervaya, who had a goal yesterday. Ian Syke battles on the far side, but the Invaders come up with it. Knocked down in front, but it does get to the goal. Saved by Aiden Syke. A lot of similar names here. A couple of Prices, a couple of Sykes. And that's Matt Galetka. Dumps it in deep. Jackson Held, the goal scorer from a day ago, sends it up. Intercepted. Shot is high and off the top of the netting. Centering pass. Drop back to Hill. Hill with pressure from Lemieux. Dumps it in deep. Held is there. He fires it up, and it's going to be another icing And with that icing, we'll let you know that my hands are starting to ice. And so we're going to go for the gloves early with just 8.5 minutes to go, or 8:52 to go in game number 1. Much like yesterday here at the Dan Kostel Rec Center, started out as a semi-warmish afternoon and got colder as the day went along. Galetka sends a shot in. It's knocked down in front and swept to the far side boards. Puck is loose. Jude Price fires it in, and it's caught by Aiden Syke. 8:41 to go. Here's the replay of that loose puck. Scooped up by Price, and he fluttered a shot in. This one is one back. Galetka's firing. His shot is knocked down. Sends the puck into the far side corner. The Tigers send it up to the right side. Galetka passes, and a score. Galetka found the open man. That was Josh Price on the left side. Rather than take the shot himself, he gets the assist. Matt Galetka, nice pass, and the one-timer by Josh Price, the assistant captain, puts the Normandy Invaders up 1-0. One nothing Normandy on a sweet play by Galetka to Price. And Price gets the goal. Back underway. And the Invaders dump it in deep once again. Melissa Green centers it. Dane Galgus. And another goal on the far side, a rebound. This one by number 14, Vinny Incarvaya. Galgus skated in, here he is, and just swept the puck through the crease.
From 89 and 71.
Incarvaya on the far side, back door, put it in the back of the net. 2-0 Normandy. The assists from Galgus and number 71, Melissa Green. Here comes Incarvaya again, but offsides. 7:54 to go, first period. And you see right there, Vinny Incarvaya took that loose puck into the zone before Melissa Green could exit, and the whistle was blown. Face off one back to the Tigers. It's dumped up. Bobby Lemieux tries to catch up with it, but he cannot. Willen Hill was there, but a nice play. Lemieux gets it. Lemieux gains the zone. It's poke checked away from behind by Willen Hill, and Lemieux's opportunity goes awry. Meanwhile, Incarvaya back in the offensive zone. Shot and another score. Goals coming quickly now. Matt Nicholson on the goal. The assist to Vinny Incarvaya on the counter. Lemieux went into the offensive zone but lost the puck, and it ended up in the back of the net on the other side of the ice. 3-0 Invaders. Hill loses it. Defensive zone turnover. Shot. Save, the first of the day for the Normandy goaltender. Now another shot the other side, wide by Josh Price. Tigers try to push the puck up, and they finally clear the zone once again. But it's sent right back in by Jude Price. Held, sends it around the boards. Kept in on the far side by Galgus. Galgus skates in, fires, misses the net. Long rebound to Hill on the right slot. His shot is knocked down in front by Ian Syke, and it's dumped down the ice for icing. So one save a moment ago by Meredith Scherer. Three goals, though, on the other side for the Normandy Invaders. 6:45 to go, period number 1. Face off to the left of Syke. One back to Galgus, who fires. Shot is saved. Second shot goes back into the back of the net. Another goal for number 14, Vinny Incarvaya, his second of the first period. The assist to Dane Galgus. And the rough afternoon continues for the Tigers. Time of that fourth goal, 8 minutes and 22 seconds. Melissa Green. And Willen Hill. Hill dumps it in deep. Lemieux skates past it. Max Coleman sends it around. Lemieux gets it up to Held. Held exits the zone. But it's sent back in by Green. Invaders control. Inkervaya looking for the hat trick. Save by Syke. Another shot comes in. Glove down by Syke. In the corner. Aiden Kimelnetsky sends it up. And the Tigers clear it out. Tigers with a rush. Lemieux tries to dump it in deep, but cannot. Intercepted and taken away by Hill. Head in the other direction. Inkervaya behind him. Hill skates to his right. Sends it to his left. Inkervaya in the corner. Has it. Inkervaya dumps it out looking for Galetka. Galetka skates in and scores. Matt Galetka, another goal for the Normandy Invaders. Normandy having a much easier time of it today than they did a day ago when they were shut down for the majority of the game by the Whitmer Panthers. 5-0 Normandy. So one thing this should do is it should give, here's an opportunity for Twinsburg, shot high over the glass. Sent back in. Raymond Johnson battles. Delayed offside for the Tigers. Now it's set down the other end. Chasing after it for Twinsburg is Aiden Johnston. Johnston with a shove. Puck trickles to the far side. Corner. And set up the boards. Controlled still by the Invaders. Josh Price has it. Poke checked away from him. Galetka is on it. Galetka leaves it for Price. Up for Galgus. Sent back down low and chipped up and out of the zone, out of harm's way for the moment. Price. Johnson chips at it, tries to get it, falls down. And now Galgus will skate up the ice. Here comes Dane Galgus, 1-on-2. Galgus feathers it to the corner. Puck is sent up and intercepted by Galetka. Galetka with some space and some time. Has it poke checked away. And danger for the referee who blows his whistle for icing. Almost took that one off the noggin. It may have slightly grazed him as it went by. We heard it. But icing against Twinsburg and a face-off in the defensive zone coming up with 4:05 to go. Invaders in control, 5-0 in the first period. We were about to say that shots on goal 17-1. We were about to say that given the score and the difference, and we start to see it happen already, some of the younger players for the Invaders getting out there that we haven't seen to this point. Galeras Fuentes out there, number 60, with a shift. But Galetka still there. Lemieux has it on his stick. It's chipped up, no icing. It was off the stick of Ian Syke all the way down on goal and swept away by Meredith Scherer. The Tigers try to dig it out behind the Normandy net. Ian Syke has it. Trickles to the left of Scherer, who's down on her knees. So if the Tigers could get a shot here, they might have a chance. Sent up but not kept in. And chasing after it is Max Coleman, but he's in a race. Matt Nicholson also there. Nicholson centers. And the Tigers clear the zone. It's sent back in for a delayed offside. Fuentes has to get out of the zone. And she does. Here comes Twinsburg with a rush. Lemieux skates in, 1-on-3 all the way to Scherer's goal. She sticks it to the right. Centering pass. Poked away by Hill. And now Josh Price, a shot from far behind the blue line, saved by Syke. Sent up and out. A little more open ice in the moment. That's sent back in by the Invaders. Chasing it. Jackson held with some speed. Loses a skate, or an edge on the skate. Puck is loose and still in and sent out. Race is on. Here come the Tigers. Loose in front. Twinsburg unable to get a shot off. Mister attempts to get one, but it doesn't get to the goal. And it's sent up where Jude Price collects it. Price skates in. Here he comes. Poke checked away. Nice play by Jackson Held. Aiden Johnson sends Price into the boards, and the puck is sent up and poked out. 1-on-1 opportunity, but Willen Hill is back. Hill with a poke check away. Still loose. And then trickles to the far side corner where Hill is on it. Hill flutters it up off the skate of Josh Price, who is motoring down the ice. Matt Galetka picks it up. Galetka, long pass. Lemieux gets in front of it but can't control it. And now Price has it. It's gloved aside by the goaltender. And sent up the boards. And out. Here comes Twinsburg. Twinsburg into the offensive zone. Lemieux backhanded shot. Saved by Scherer. Rebound in front, but swept up by Galgus, who falls down behind the net. And Lemieux speeds to it. 1 minute left in the first period. Less than 1 minute to go. Tigers lose the puck, and here comes Normandy on a 3-on-2. Josh Price to his right. Skates through the circles. Price centers. Shot. And a score. Dane Galgus gets the 6th of the afternoon, and the first period as Price comes in, skated around a Twinsburg defender. Galgus was waiting, a nice feathered pass, and Galgus put it behind Aiden Syke for the 6th goal of the day. So we're going to get to a running clock situation early here in this one. Fuentes can't control. Incurvaya sends it in deep. 36 seconds to go. This puck flutters down low. Melissa Green chases. Green loses the puck. It's sent up. And the Tigers escape the zone. It's sent in deep. Chasing after it is Smith. Around the boards it goes where Galetka collects it. Galetka reverses direction. Heads to his left and reverses again. He's got pressure from Lemieux. And now Jackson Smith joins. Lemieux and Smith trying to dispossess Galetka from the puck, but they can't do it. Galetka still has it, putting on a clinic. And the buzzer sounds. That's going to do it on the first period. A first period dominated by the Normandy Invaders. The score at the end of one period, Normandy 6, Twinsburg nothing. And with that, we thank you for watching. We're going to pause for a moment for this message from Cuyahoga Valley Christian Academy. We invite you to explore and learn about CVCA, our students, and the incredible community that makes up Cuyahoga Valley Christian Academy's family. The CVCA community comes together in marvelous ways to impact young hearts and minds, not only in our classrooms, athletic fields, and stage, but also in the day-to-day experiences of the young people that walk our halls. What makes CVCA unique? As you consider the community you'd like to be a part of, we invite you to experience CVCA and see what sets us apart. Hear how CVCA continues to make an impact on our students, parents, faculty, and alumni. And you can do so at the next Winter Open House and family preview dates that are on the calendar. The next Winter Open House will be January 27th, 2023 And the next family preview night will be Thursday, February 9th, 2023. To sign up, make sure you visit the CVCA website at www.cvcaroyals.org/visit. And we are pleased here at the first intermission to be joined by CVCA head coach Doug Fairchild. Coach, welcome to the perch here, and
thank you.
How you doing
nice
tonight?
Nice to warm up here.
Yeah, nice. Is it heat rises, they say?
Yeah, yes.
There's not a lot of heat here. There's a lot of heat last night, though.
Yes.
Congratulations on winning 200 at CVCA.
Thank you.
How's that make you feel?
Really good. I mean, it's just been a culmination of great coaches to work with. I mean, Coach Hurdle, 10 years. You can't ask for a better human being to be alongside and learn from than him. Awesome man. Mark Brower, former player, kind of cool to see him, go off, go to college, come back, teach, coach at CVCA and coach alongside.
Yep.
And then just to be blessed with a lot of great kids. I mean, it really is an honor to coach the kids that we've had over the last 15 years at CVCA. Just great kids.
There were pictures all over the internet earlier today on Facebook, on Instagram, and on Twitter. And after the game last night, they had the 200 signs in front of you, and there was the current team there. But there were at least 15 or 16 past alumni behind there.
Right.
And you mentioned that there were alumni from your first teams, I think, right to teams from last year.
Yeah.
Yeah. Who are some of those guys that you remember from last night and over the years?
Oh my gosh. I mean, there's so many of them, and ones that weren't even here last night. And the coolest thing, and Coach Hurdle and I were talking about this last night. Winning games. We talk about competitive excellence as part of what we want to do. We want to be the best we can be, and we want to win games, but when these guys keep contact with you over the years and you're getting texts with them about, hey, coach, I'm really happy. I'm graduating with my degree in electrical engineering. I'm finishing up my biomed degree. Bailey McRitchie, past captain a few years ago, just got published in a article at Ohio State. He's graduating. He's going to go to med school, going to be a doctor. This is the honor you have of just being part of these kids' lives for just a little bit,
You're building into them here on the ice. You're building into them in the classroom. You teach engineering at CVC.
Yeah, I do. Yeah, I had Bailey in engineering.
Yeah.
But no, I mean, that's the coolest thing. It's just seeing them go on and become the people that they can be. That's the coolest part of that.
That's awesome. So we look back in the history books. You came in 2008 from Saskatchewan.
Yes.
You felt God calling you here to CVCA.
Yep.
The
Royals, it's a little colder there, by the way. This is a warm rink for Saskatchewan, just so you know.
This is a warm rink for Last night we could see our breath in here. I think we were at Saskatchewan levels last night. It's warmed up a little bit today. So the Royals had won 2 games the prior years, a handful of games. You can count them on one hand, basically, in the prior 3 years.
Right.
You won your first game against Brush, 4-2. Do you remember that game at all?
Oh, gosh. I really don't.
You don't? 4-2.
No, I don't. I think I remember... we won maybe 5 games that year.
You did. And you remember that.
One was actually a forfeit. I think we lost 7-0, and it was against Euclid, which doesn't have a team anymore. And they had a player who was ineligible for academics and played against us. And so we ended up got that 5th win,
there you go.
Year. And I remember, somebody in the hall, one of the teachers, congratulate me, like, wow, what a great year. And it's all in perspective. You do what you can, and you try to get kids where they are and build into them and teach them. That's all you do, right?
Well, that's all you can do. And it's cyclical, isn't it? So we're watching a game right now, which you played Twinsburg last night. They're taking their lumps, but they've got good numbers with 18 on the roster.
They really
do. And so it will grow. Yeah. The Royals have been through that even in the last couple of years. That you're benefiting this year from some maturity. But the players come and go. So that first year, you won 5 games, and then a couple of good guys fell into your lap, huh?
Yeah, we had a couple kids who weren't too bad hockey players come play for us. Mark and Luke Sunday.
Yep.
We had Mark Brower. We had Will Anderson. We had a group. I mean, a really good group of kids that came in. Such a blessing. I think I might have told you last year that I was working in hockey ministries in Canada with the twins, Mark and Luke Sunday's grandfather, Hank Basson, who played in the NHL with Gordie Howe and all those guys in the day. And just a wonderful man. And he's the one that told him, he literally called him up and said, you're going to go play for Doug at CVCA. And so I got to thank Hank for that. I know he's up in heaven with the Lord, and thank you, Hank, because that helped really change things. And the kids just had a great run.
So the Sundays come and go.
Yeah.
And then You've got a little bit of a lull, and you got a few more players that came in and helped you win your first Barron Cup back in 2017.
Yeah,
Talk about what that was like.
Yeah, I will. We did have a little run in there where it's always hard, and it's a good thing that they let teams move up and down. I mean, to try to be at the right competitive level. Because like Twinsburg in their league right now, they're 500 in the league, and I think their 2 losses are 1-goal games. I mean, it's competitive. So you can find a level where you're really competitive, and that's important. But we had moved up to the red division, and we were playing in the red with that group we were just talking about. They all graduated. And I went to the league meeting that year, and they had told us, hey, you can always move down. And I said, we lost everyone. And we definitely need to move down. And they said, no, we don't have enough teams in the red. You got to stay there. So we had to take our lumps for a couple years there. But then, it's like it just cycles. You never know who's going to come through the door, and you get kids, and you just try to, build into them. You just try to get them at their level and help them improve. I mean, that's what we talk about with these guys every day. It's like I always tell them, I don't care what the score is. I want you to get better every period. Let's figure out every period what we can do to get better. And that's just kind of all it's really all about.
So Barron Cup 1, the team was 0-something, right?
Yes. Yeah, that's a great story of leadership. And Hayden Dickerson was our captain that year. Amazing kid. I love Hayden. And we were, as you said, at midseason, we had won one. I forgot. You knew what it was.
0-14, 0-11, something. 0 in double digits.
Right,
it was a
and,
lot.
And Hayden, got a team meeting and basically said, this is on me. I'm your leader. I need to do a better job of leading. This is the kind of kid this guy was. And it wasn't on him. I mean, he was giving everything he had, but he wanted the players to know that I'm your leader and I can do better. I'm going to do better. It was awesome. Anyway, long story short, we went on a big winning streak. We get to the Barron Cup final. We're the 8th seed. So we are like the underdog of underdogs, and we're down 1-0 late. Hayden goes off with a pulled groin muscle. The trainer's in the room. His dad's in the room with him. We're thinking, okay, we're done now. We're down 1-0. We're never going to come back. Bailey McRitchie, the kid I was just telling you about, wonderful kid, scores a goal. Ties it up. Game goes into overtime. But late in the third, I look over to the door. And I see Hayden at the door wanting to come on the ice. And his dad told me later, Phil, tough guy, just like his son. The trainer said, can I hurt it anymore? And the trainer said, it's going to be too painful for you to play. And he and his dad looked at each other and get, let's go. And, I mean, it sounds like a
Hallmark movie.
A Hallmark movie. But he gets the puck behind the net in overtime, goes end-to-end, scores a game-winning goal basically on one leg. So that's the kind of kids you get the joy of coaching. You know what I mean? It's
wonderful
just fun
experiences.
To watch
You get the highs. There are some lows, but you got the highs. And we're celebrating you today with 200 wins. So that was the first one. And then 2 years later, it happened again.
Yes. Yeah, another great group of kids. Had some pretty good goaltending, if I remember right. Some kid named Nichols in net. I don't know.
I've heard of him, and I think
he's standing over there.
He might be standing right with us. So.
Yeah.
He stood on his head that game, but he wasn't the only one.
Yes. Did that all year, to be honest with you. And, again, I have a million stories, so we may not get to the next period.
We got a 6-0 game, so you want to stick around.
We rode the back of the big guy, JT Nichols in goal.
But you had Christian Beckett,
an unbelievable kid, just a great player, great kid, scoring huge goals like he did the whole time. And it's just a character of those kind of kids, you know what I mean? And when it's on the line like that, you just see them come through. It's just fun to be there watching them. You know what I mean? It is.
It's good.
It's a joy.
So now it's a different story. So that team, I think, was a 3 or a 4 seed that came through and won the Barron Cup. Last year,
actually, we were the 6th, I thought. But anyway, you probably know. You got a mind.
I think we were higher, but we had Christian Beckett. It's all right. So you take a couple years again. You go up to the white. We take our lumps for a couple years. 7 wins, 8 wins, and you get this group of freshmen that comes through that are now sophomores here. So last year, again, the team's struggling a little bit for the first half of the year. A lot of 1-goal losses, overtime losses, and then it just blossomed.
Yeah,
that was the 7th seed.
Right. Yeah.
Talk about last year's experience and how that's led into the team that you have on the ice this year.
Yeah, the whole thing. We talk about continuous improvement, and especially when you have young kids. You can't let their emotions go way up, way down, game to game, even, sometimes period to period. Young kids, just end of the world, we just gave up 2 goals. No, you have this goal in mind, and it's a long season, and you just keep improving, right? And once you get to that Barron Cup tournament, you make sure that you're in it, And once you're there, if you're doing the right things and you're literally working on that continuous improvement, you're ready to go by that time. And that's kind of how the teams have been from way back when we had the 8 seed through, last year. They had a good Normandy team last year. We
Yeah,
ran into a very good team.
We'll get a chance to talk to Coach Jackson.
Yeah.
I'm eager to hear about his
Jim's
side
got
of the story
stories.
from last
Jim's
year
got
and
a
all his
million
many stories.
Yeah.
So you've got this team. They won your 200th game last night, and they're pretty good.
They are.
So we were in the Normandy tournament earlier this year, and we're standing around, and we were, I think, beating up Lakewood pretty good. And they're like, why don't you put the young guys in? Why are these guys still skating? Well, there's a reason we're in the blue, right?
Yeah.
There's 2 lines.
Right.
Two really good lines.
Yeah,
but
everybody plays.
It's a really young team.
Yeah, everybody plays. I mean, if you notice, that's all we do is we roll 2 lines and 5D, and they roll them all the time. And
so how do you change the coaching mindset with a team that is pretty good, and in this case, but still young, and make sure they stay focused?
That's the key, is keeping them really focused on the big picture of improving and getting better all the time, right? And it's a really coachable group of kids. It is a joy to coach these kids. They get it, and they want to get better, and they literally, it's fun to watch, when you tell them something, and then you look out there and, hey, they're doing it. Within 2 or 3 shifts, they're getting it, they're doing it. That's really fun. Yeah, it's a good group.
So CVCA, there's a couple of C's. The second C, Christian Academy.
Yeah.
So you've got a hockey team. Hockey's a physical sport.
Right.
It's rough and tough. But you've got to get a gospel message out there and make sure you're focused on pointing these kids not just to success on the ice, but success in life and success as Christian men in life. How are you incorporating that into your teaching on the ice, your teaching in the classroom? I know that it really means a lot to you here at CVCA. God led you here.
Yeah, it does.
What's your story there?
It really does. The main thing that we preach over and over again is when this is part of our prayer before every game too, is that everything we do and say on the ice is literally brings glory to the name of Jesus Christ. That's hard to do for anybody. It's hard for an adult. It's hard. You can imagine what it is for teenagers in the heat of games, and there's great teaching moments in it. That's one thing I love about the game of hockey is it's all the teaching moments you get, and we're all fallen. We all make lots of mistakes, but I think the definition of a teenager is going to make mistakes, right? They're going to make mistakes. So there's so many teaching moments involved in a game of hockey where there's that passion, it's physical. There's just, I can't even begin to tell you how many moments are there where you can actually get into teaching about who we are as believers in Christ.
Well, again, congratulations on win number 200. There were tons of posts on the internet today, and one of them I saw, the gentleman who runs Blue Line Notes. He said, a great man and great for hockey. Coach, thank you for all that you do for CVCA, for CVC Hockey, and we're thrilled that you won 200. We wish for 201 later today.
Thank you. Appreciate it. Thanks for all you're doing, too.
You're welcome. CVCA head coach Doug Fairchild, our guest at the first intermission, and we are back underway in a hockey game between Normandy and Twinsburg. Second period action with the Invaders leading 6-0. There will be a running clock as long as the 6-goal differential remains. The Invaders get another shot on goal there, as we are in the early stages of period number 2. In this second period, the Invaders will go from right to left, and Twinsburg will go left to right. Face off to the left of Syke. This one's controlled by Twinsburg, but a bunch of players go down to the ice, and the Tigers still trying to push it out, but cannot. The puck is swept in toward the goal, knocked down in front, kept in by Galgus on the point, but Galgus misplays the puck in a breakaway chance for the Tigers. Shot wide of the net, missed altogether by Jackson Smith, who will be wishing he could have that opportunity back later on today. Meredith Scherer did not even have to make a save. The Invaders send another puck on goal, and a save by Syke. Into the corner, Nicholson with pressure from Lemieux. Nicholson sends it up, intercepted by the Tigers, but kept in by Galetka, who's now playing defense. Galetka skates the blue line, cross ice pass to Galgus. Galgus skates in, backhanded shot in front. Melissa Green tried to finish that one, couldn't get it past the goaltender, and it trickles to the near side and all the way out now to center ice. Lemieux tries to pounce on it, pokes it away. Lemieux's got company, centering pass, unable to collect it in was Smith once again, and it's shipped up and forward. Shot in, stick to side. Second shot by Inkerbaya is saved. by Syke and sent around the near side boards. Galetka skates in. His shot is knocked down. It comes to Inkervaya. Inkervaya sees it trickle to the side, centers it right in front. Green can't get a blade on it from the slot. It's shot in once again, and now Galetka fires high over the net. Far side, Melissa Green has it. Green centers, Galetka fires, and a goal. Matt Galetka gets another one. That goal, the combination of a lot of pressure. Melissa Green with a beautiful pass here to a wide open Galetka, and his shot goes into the back of the net. Just 2 minutes and 45 seconds into the second period, rather than make it 7-0. Centering pass for another opportunity. And the Tigers skated out. 3-on-1 for Twinsburg. Dominic Mister to his right. Mister fires, and a save by Scherer. For the first real opportunity for Twinsburg, where Scherer had to stand up and make a good save. Jude Price into the zone, fires a shot wide. Mario Terraleri in for a shift. Can't reach that one. And it's sent out to center ice. Rayma Johnson chases after it, but Willen Hill is there. Johnson tries to get it. Cannot. Willen Hill collects it behind the net. Far side. Price angles a shot off the boards, or a pass to Josh Price, and Price hits the post on the left side. And now it's loose in front. And a save by Syke. So Josh Price found iron on that shot. It went to the far side corner. And here's Jude Price trying to finish it, but stymied by Aiden Syke. And the score remains 7-0 Normandy. Once again, we'll have more hockey this evening. CVCA and Whitmer. Right now, the Invaders in control, up by a touchdown. Dane Galgus sends a shot in. Second shot saved. Third shot is not on goal. It trickles through the blue paint up to Galgus. Cross ice. Willen Hill sends the puck in wide. And now Bobby Lemieux. Lemieux, 3-on-2 again for the Tigers. Lemieux dumps it in deep. He'll chase it himself. And he gets to it himself. Centering pass. And it trickles to the far side. A good opportunity once again for the Tigers. So you see that the Tigers have a foundation of some talent, and as Coach Fairchild was saying, is actually just 2-2 in 500 in the Blue South. So as the talent develops over time, you know, it should be better days ahead for Twinsburg, but obviously yesterday and today, not those days yet for the Tigers and their players and fans and family. But they continue to play hard. Last night, Isaac Mulcahy made 52 saves. And right now, what do we got for saves? 21 saves for Aiden Syke so far through a little over a period of play. Make that 22 as he saves another. Right off the faceoff. One back by the Invaders. And the first-year netminder doing a nice job there. Face-off one back by the Tigers. Max Coleman sends it around the board. But Galetka sends it back in deep. Inkervaya loses it to Lemieux. Lemieux is some open ice. And again, 3-on-2. Same play he tried last time. This time a funny bounce. Doesn't get around the boards as he's trying to chase it himself. Galgus with speed, loses an edge, and into the boards he goes. Lemieux, and Jackson held, dumps it forward. Johnson has it poke checked away. Melissa Green can't control. Johnson gets it to the near side. Ian Syke stumbles forward and sees the puck sent back in deep where Held is on it. Held, long pass to center ice. It goes by Fuentes. And Curvaya skates and dumps it in deep. Lemieux. He'll take another rush. This time 3-on-3. And Curvaya nears him, and Lemieux says, that's it, I'll dump it and get a rest. As he heads off. Galetka, behind his own net, will start out. Galetka, long pass, looking for Jude Price. He can't handle it. It's sent back the other direction, and Galetka will have it once again. Galetka playing defense, but he does bring it up. The captain gains the zone, and he's going to leave it for Jude Price. Price tries to dump it back to him, but has it poked away. It's sent forward. Ariana Bernardo in front. Mister steps in, sends it toward the goal, and a save by Scherer, who crumples her body on top of that puck and keeps the shutout alive. Dominic Mister skating in, sent it toward the goal where Jackson Held was there, but he could not poke it into the back of the net. It remains 7-0 with 6:40 to go here in the second period. It is a rare offensive zone face-off for the Tigers, however. Dominic Mister sees it sent back. Held, chases, poke checked away. Actually, Held has it now. The chaser was Jackson Smith. A pair of Jacksons, Jackson Held and Jackson Smith. 39 and 59 for the Twinsburg Tigers. Here's Josh Price. Jackson Held gets in his way, but Price centers. It goes all the way out of the zone where Galetka is waiting at center ice. And he dumps it in, and it's saved by Syke. This one is fluttered down the ice, and it will be icing against the Tigers with 5:50 to go here in period number 2. Normandy 7, Twinsburg nothing. So the Invaders are going to win this one, and they'll get 3 points for the victory, and that will give CVCA, Whitmer, and Normandy all 3 points as the teams accumulate points toward qualification for the championship game on Friday. Mister pokes it forward out of the zone, delayed offside against the Invaders. So Held has it. Held brings it up, dumps it in deep. Willen Hill sends it out. It's going to go all the way to the goaltender. Oh, and a rookie mistake right there by Aiden Syke. We'll see who we credit the goal to.
17.
It's going to be a goal for Willen Hill as that just trickled all the way in, and Syke didn't get down on it. 5-hole makes it 8-0. So play continues. And the Invaders in the offensive zone once again. Galetka winds up, saves it, and the referee blows a quick whistle. And we'll have a face-off in the offensive zone for Normandy. And the best thing a goaltender can do is forget the last one and make the next save, and that's exactly what Aiden Syke did that time. The junior goaltender did get a victory earlier this season against Brecksville. A game which the Tigers dominated, a 12-3 victory back on December the 10th. Bobby Lemieux back out. Lemieux, just a sophomore. Right now Jackson Smith gives battle. Comes up to the point and unable to keep it in is Max Coleman. Another shot, sticked aside by Syke. Galetka. Ricochet shot in front. Melissa Green looking for a goal. Almost found herself one, but a good reaction by Syke to stop that. Galetka sends it forward. Fuentes over to number 17, Hill. Puts a shot on goal. and it's covered by Syke. Had Hill buried that one, Glarez Fuentes would have had an assist and been in the scorebook. As it stands, though, the clock continues to run, and it's 8-0 Normandy with 2:32 to go here in the second period. The matinee on day 2 of the CVCA Christmas tournament. Jude Price has his shot knocked down. Another shot coming in, and that is gloved aside by Syke. Now Galetka. Galetka stick handles. Passes to Josh Price. Price sends it toward the goal. Sent up by Smith. Galetka now has it. Long pass. Looking for Josh Price again. Galetka gets it. Skates in. Shoots. Saved. And a whistle again. We'll see a face-off ensue with 1.5 minutes to go. Syke had it. It trickled there, and perhaps the referee mercifully blowing that one dead. Mario Taralari had swooped in and collected it. Tigers changing, and so we wait for the face-off to ensue. Bobby Lemieux controls, but back checked. And that comes now to Price with another shot that is knocked down and goes to the far side corner. Sent back to the near side. Galgus. Off of Jude Price. It ricochets behind the goal. Price wraparound shot. Pushed aside and swept around to the near side. Galgus keeps it in. The teams try and dig it out. It trickles to the corner. The Tigers are on it. They send it forward and clear the zone. It's dumped in deep by Ian Syke. Hill with company from Lemieux. Lemieux tries to center, but no one there for the Tigers, and out come the Invaders with 18 seconds left. They gain the zone. But the back checking works. And out there for a shift, Andrew Kondrat, a name we have not called yet. This one is in the near corner. 2 seconds left, and that's going to do it. The second period has come to a close. 2 more goals for the Invaders in that second period, and we go to the second intermission. The score, Normandy 8, Twinsburg 0. And once again, we're going to pause for this message from Cuyahoga Valley Christian Academy.
What is excellence? Excellence is a battle cry that you were made for more than this, in a world that is so satisfied with just okay. It's striving for greatness not only when there is a prize or recognition to be won, but in the still and quiet with only an audience of one. It's going above and beyond for others in service because our God has gone above and beyond all that we could have asked or imagined in His pursuit of us. It's diving into studies and academic pursuits, believing that the Lord has fashioned our minds out of the dust of the earth to understand and master complex concepts and the deep mysteries of the universe. It's preparation, not only for college or a career, but a life recklessly abandoning the ordinary and believing that the God who moves mountains lives inside you and will use you to turn the world upside down for His glory. A school defined by excellence is so much more than a building and classrooms. It is a defining culture, a strong imprint on a student's life in the way they will learn and grow. It is a life-altering encounter that surrounds them with people and experiences that shape who they will become. It is the foundation that they will take with them wherever they go. It is what they will see in their rearview mirrors as guideposts, showing them the way forward and propelling them to excel still more. In our lives, in our homes, in our families, in our communities to go out and impact the world that God so loved, to shine a light on the darkest and most broken places, to be the salt to those who have lost their flavor, to bring love and healing as the hands and feet that we are called to be. We are CVCA, and we are called to excel still more.
Welcome back after that message from Cuyahoga Valley Christian Academy. Again, we remind you that if you have an interest in your son or your daughter, your grandson, your granddaughter attending CVCA, the next winter open house and family preview dates are on the calendar for Friday, January 27th, 2023. And the family preview night is Thursday, February 9th, 2023. To sign up, visit the CVCA website at www.cvcaroyals.org/visit. We thank head coach Doug Fairchild for joining us during the first intermission. So we were unable to go through the plethora of statistics that we had to review after the first period. So we'll do that right now. Score is Normandy 8, Twinsburg nothing, and the shots on goal favor the Invaders 38-7. So that means that the goaltender for the Twinsburg Tigers, Aiden Syke, the junior, has made 30 saves today. And there it is, 7 saves. Shutout still going for Normandy goaltender Meredith Scherer. Face-offs favor the Invaders 16-10. There have been no penalties so far in today's contest. The goals. The Invaders got 6 of them in the first period. First one scored early on by Josh Price. Actually, it took him a little bit, 6 minutes and 40 seconds into the contest where Price got the first one, assisted by Matt Galetka. It was 1-0 Normandy. Just 20 seconds later, Vinny Incurvaya made it 2-0 for the Invaders. The assist on the Incurvaya goal went to Dane Galgis and Melissa Green, 2-0 Normandy. Just 28 seconds later, the floodgates had opened. Incurvaya scored, it was Matt Nicholson who scored on the assist from Incurvaya, 3-0 Normandy, and a fourth goal shortly thereafter that. That was Incurvaya's second of the day. This one assisted by Dane Galgis, 4-0, and then a fifth goal in a matter of 2 minutes and 59 seconds. Matt Galetka with his first of the afternoon, unassisted, 5-0 Normandy, 5 goals in 2 minutes and 59 seconds to do away with any kind of suspense that there may have been in this contest. Final goal of the first period scored by number 89, Galgis. And so Incurvaya with 2 goals, 4 other players with a single goal each. The Galgis goal came with just 43 seconds remaining. The assist on that one went to Josh Price. 6-0 Normandy at the end of the first period. Running clock ensued after that to start the second period. The second goal of the day for Matt Galetka, 2.5 minutes into period number 2, with an assist to Melissa Green, her second assist of the afternoon. And then another unassisted goal, one that Andrew Syke would like to have back if he could out of all 8, scored by Willen Hill, who just lofted probably a pass from behind the blue line down the ice, and it was misplayed by the goaltender, and a score ensued. So Hill unassisted, probably the easiest goal he may ever have, and that is where we stand at 8-0 at the end of 2 periods of play. Once again, CVCA live streams coverage of the CVCA Christmas tournament will continue with the second half of today's doubleheader. CVCA and Whitmer coming to you in the same format on the CVCA Boosters YouTube page. 7 o'clock tonight. The Royals and Whitmer both looking to collect a second victory in the tournament, both victorious yesterday in the opening day of the round-robin activities. Looking ahead at what happened yesterday and the rest of the tournament, Sean, you've got the CVCA summary, the Christmas tournament summary to bring up. We'll see if we have that for the fans that are watching at home. Here it is. Yesterday's games. Whitmer defeated Normandy 4-2, and the Royals 9-1 victors over Twinsburg in the nightcap last night. Normandy in control, 8-0 over Twinsburg in this afternoon's first game here at the second intermission. Again, Whitmer and CVCA tonight. Tomorrow, we'll be back with you with two more games. Twinsburg again in the matinee, and they'll take on Whitmer. Tomorrow night, CVCA and Normandy meet for the first time since the Barron Cup final last February. A game won by the Invaders 6-3, and certainly the Royals would like a different outcome. Probably trade the outcome if they get it tomorrow with the one for last February. Right now, the Invaders in possession of the Barron Cup. It's on display over in Parma. And again, we look forward to catching up with head coach Jim Jackson later on this afternoon, hopefully, and during this evening's broadcast, and talk to him about his Invaders' run to the Barron Cup championship a year ago. But Normandy and CVCA will renew acquaintances tomorrow night here at the Dan Kostel Rec Center. On Friday, game time's a little earlier. Friday, the consolation game will take place at 2:30 in the afternoon, and the championship game at 5 o'clock. After that championship game, the CVCA alumni game will take place. We will not be bringing that to you, but we will bring to you all 8 games officially of this tournament, and we are certainly having a good time doing that. Sean Mosher, JT Nichols, Kent Schwartzbeck, Cody Anderson, and a host of others helping to press the buttons and pull the cords to make sure that yours truly, Tim Nichols, can bring you the action here from the Dan Kostel Rec Center. Up next for CVCA is a game next Friday when they return to action in the Greater Cleveland High School Hockey League East Division against Orange, and we'll have that game for you at 5 o'clock on January the 6th. Normandy, who's in this game, competes in the Greater Cleveland High School Hockey League West Division. I believe we have a graphic that shows the West Division standings, and there they are. So, in the March to the 2023 Barron Cup, the Greater Cleveland High School Hockey League West standings are on the screen. Parma, a perfect 5-0 at the halfway mark. It's a 10-game round-robin format in the Greater Cleveland High School Hockey League East and West divisions. The top 3 teams make the Barron Cup championship. Cleveland Heights and Lakewood currently both with 2-2 records, both 6 games to go, and so they are a distant second place. Westlake at 1-2, just 3 games played with 7 games to go with 2 points. The Invaders, you see there, currently tied with Elyria Catholic in 5th place at 1-3, but only 2 points behind second place Cleveland Heights and Lakewood. So still a lot of season in front of these Invaders try and make their march up the standings and qualify for Barron Cup 3 in 2023. So there are your Greater Cleveland High School Hockey League West Division standings. So we mentioned earlier in the broadcast, the Greater Cleveland High School Hockey League Blue South Division standings, or South Division, will send the winner of that division to compete in the Barron Cup. And right now, there are 2 undefeated teams, Bay and the second team is escaping me. I'll have to think of it. It will come to me. But Nordonia, Bay and Nordonia, currently both undefeated, and likely one of those 2 teams will come out of the Greater Cleveland High School Hockey League Blue South Division. So, looking to other CVCA sports activity, if you're tuning in from the CVCA side, to check things out on Normandy and Twinsburg this afternoon, we thank you for being with us. Last night, the boys basketball team defeated Manchester to stay perfect in Principal's athletic competition, Principal's athletic conference competition, that is. Today, at 6 o'clock, the CVCA boys basketball team is on the road, and they will play Imani Christian at 6 p.m. at North Allegheny High School in Wexford, Pennsylvania, in something that is being heralded as the Hoops Herald Holiday Bash. It is a game that will pit a pair of sophomore 5-star prospects, nationally ranked CVCA's Darren Peterson, one of the top 5 recruits in the country for the class of 2025, I believe it is, And then Amani Christian's Elir Maluk. Maluk is 6'11", and he's got a couple of nicknames. One of them is Baby Bol. A second one is Baby KD. Also a top-ranked prospect in the class of 2025. Word recently was that John Calipari from Kentucky was on hand, and tonight Jeff Capel, the head coach at the University of Pittsburgh, will be in attendance to watch both Darren Peterson and Elir Maluk as they attract attention from schools near and far. And so that should be a good one for the Royals basketball team as they get a chance to play top-notch competition from around the country. CVCA's girls basketball team is in action tonight on the road at Orville. And then the wrestling team will compete in the 60th annual Brecksville Holiday Tournament, which is one of the top tournaments in the state of Ohio, and that's a tournament that will attract 20 of the top 50 teams in the nation this week to Brecksville Broadview Heights High School. CVCA's Kyle Snyder will compete in the 215-pound weight class. A former state champion is Snyder at that weight class. He and the rest of the Royals will do their best to represent CVCA in the 60th annual Brecksville Broadview Heights Holiday Tournament. And finally, the CVCA swim and diving team will compete today and tomorrow tomorrow and Friday in the Stampede Invitational, or down in Worcester. And girls basketball has a home game on Friday night once again against Walsh Jesuit. Here it is closing in on the start of the third period in an 8-0 hockey game in favor of the Normandy Invaders. The Invaders looking to secure the 3 points. And CVCA and Whitmer also already with 3 points. And so it'll be a tie atop the standings, at least momentarily, until tonight's contest. Whistle blows and the puck drops, and we're underway in the third period. Running clock will continue. We should mention that as the score is already an 8-goal differential, should the Invaders score 2 more goals, and it should be a 10-goal spread, at any point after the start of the third period, the game would end. We'll see, though, if Twinsburg can get on the board and how far we get in this third period. Right now, puck is sent in and sent back out to center ice, where Raymond Johnson dumps it in deep. Bobby Lemieux tries to get to it. He centers it. It trickles to the far side where Lemieux has it again. Centered, and Johnson can't get good wood on it. She pirouettes down, and a chance goes awry that time for the Tigers. Icing by Normandy, and they'll retrieve the puck down into the offensive attacking zone for Twinsburg. It's been a quiet afternoon for Meredith Scherer. She's had to make a couple of good saves. 8, in fact. But Bobby Lemieux steps in, and he's going to try and will his Twinsburg Tigers team toward a goal. Face off one back and sent in. Shot, sticked aside by Scherer. Down low, Inkervaya chases after it. He's on it. Poke checked away by Johnson, though. Inkervaya gets a little bit of wood and pushes it forward. A long pass goes down the ice. It's going to be another icing against the Invaders. So we talked about this yesterday. Normandy, with a short bench, had a tough game yesterday against Whitmer. They should expect another tough game tomorrow against CVCA. We'll see if they decide to rest a few of their regulars in this third period, or if they try and end it early. Face off one back once again to the Tigers. Shot is knocked down in front. Galetka feathers it forward. Melissa Green pushes it even further. Inkervaya, and now on the far side, Nicholson. He has it poke checked away, and it comes out of the zone. Sent back to Hill. Matt Galetka gets dumped. The captain, I'm sure he'll remember that. As Galetka playing defense. It's sent in, and he has it now. Far cross ice pass off the blade of number 27, Nicholson. He sends it back, but no one there for the Invaders. Willen Hill sends it in, delayed offside, and now Melissa Green gets to it first. Nicholson shot, blocked down, and then sticked aside by Syke. Sent up, intercepted. Smith sends it in deep. Jackson Smith does. He chases. Galgus is there first and dumps it to the far side boards. Galgus has it, and it's poked to the near side. Ian Syke can't control it. Neither can Smith, and Inkervaya gains the zone. Puts a shot out wide of the net. Loose puck in front is sent up and out. It'll be icing against Twinsburg. Normandy 8, Twinsburg nothing. 11:30 to go, third period. Once again, we're glad you're joining us here on CVCA live streams coverage of the CVCA Christmas Tournament. If you got some free time, come on down to the rink this week. We've got a pair of games left tomorrow and the championship and consolation games for Friday. If you can't make it, we'll be here for you on the CVCA Boosters YouTube page. Here come the Tigers trying to build out of the zone. They clear the blue line, but not for long. Galetka sends it back in. And it goes up where Dane Galgus is waiting. Galgus has it poke checked away, but gets it right back and sends it to the neutral zone where Josh Price sends it in. Price can't get to it. Jackson Hell does. It's poked up and out of the zone. Here come the Tigers. Shot high over the goal of Scherer. That one deflects off of Mario Terrelleri's stick. And he has it again. Dumps it in where Jackson Held has it. Held retreats behind his goal with pressure from Josh Price. Galgus can't keep it in, and Lemieux sends it forward. Tigers try to send it back to Lemieux, but it's poke checked away. Lemieux with a hit on Galgus, but Galgus recovers and sends it up to Price. Terrelleri gains the offensive zone. Terrelleri feeds it to number 55, Jude Price. His shot is pushed aside. And here come the Tigers once again. Smith with some speed, pushes it wide. Galetka pushes it forward. It's sent up and kept in, knocked down in front by Galetka. Aiden Johnston sent that in. And now the puck going the other direction where Jackson Held collects it, no icing. 9:23 to go. Held has it poke checked away by Price. Josh Price has it in the circle. Price tries the center. It's knocked aside. And here come the Tigers through the neutral zone. Aiden Johnson sends one wide. Dominic Mister tries the center. Johnson tries to get something on that. Is bumped into. And now 2-on-1 for Normandy. Breakaway chance. Shot. Save. Second shot. Score. Willen Hill with a breakaway. Aiden Syke denied him the first time, but the rebound was there, and Hill put it in the back of the net. That is the 9th goal of the day. And the Invaders are 1 goal away from putting an early end to this one. Tigers gain the zone, but cannot control. Normandy dumps it in deep. Around the boards it goes. Jackson Held will try and build out. Left point, skating in. Puck still loose. In the slot, Hill sends it down low. Intercepted by Held. Held will skate out. Dumps it forward and feathers it. Inkervaya and Held in a race. Inkervaya gets there first. Near side. Smith can't get it away from Galgus. Galgus who dumps it in deep. Ricochets in front. Max Coleman sweeps it aside and sends it to the far side boards. Coleman to Andrew Condrat. Condrat has it poke checked away. And the Tigers clear the zone. Back to Will and Hill. Hill, long pass in Curvaya. Coleman sweeps it back to center ice. Condrat with Galgus. Galgus collects. Galgus with some pressure. Condrat pokes it away, but it trickles over to Hill. Hill has it. Feathers it forward for Melissa Green. Green dumps it in deep with 7:05 to go. Third period. 9-0 Normandy. Hill trying to end it. It's ricocheted in front to the far side. Smith with some speed. 3-on-2. He's got Lemieux. Lemieux can't get to the rebound as the shot was high and off the backboards and came all the way out past the red line. Long shot, rather long pass and icing. The call with 6.5 to go. Quick moving third period, just one goal. Will and Hill on a breakaway. Normandy 9, Twinsburg 0. Face off to the left of Meredith Scherer. Tigers cannot control. Galetka sends it forward. Waiting for it is Josh Price. Price dispossessed by Coleman. Jude Price comes in and dumps it in low. Lemieux gives some pressure. Price tries to center it, sent to the side by one of the Tigers. And they collect and push out. Lemieux racing with Galgus. Gets it, shoots. Saved by Scherer. To the near side. Johnson can't get to it. Cross ice pass to Terrelleri. He misplays it, and Galetka has to sweep in. Galetka for Galgus. Galgus has it. His pass is deflected up, and no icing. Collected by Josh Price behind the net. Price circles in front. Jude Price was there, wasn't ready. Galetka in the slot sends a shot in, saved by Syke. Josh Price sends it behind the net to the near side. Push forward. Galgus tries to keep it in, and now it's dumped out back. It will not be an icing, though, as Galetka catches up with it. Under 5 minutes to go, 9-0. Galetka off the boards, and it's sent back in deep. Angled shot to Jude Price. He can't collect. Jackson Held has it. Held retreats. Intercepted. Josh Price, the assistant captain. Cross ice. No one there. Angled up and out of the zone. Price. Galgus. Jude Price. Once again, Jackson Held and Price meet, and Held collects the puck. 4:24 to go. No icing. That angled forward. Scherer will have to play it. Leaves it for Galgus. Skates out. Josh Price deflects it in. And Held loses an edge. Regains his composure and sends it around the boards. Vanny Modi gets a shift. Modi, a junior. A name we have not called yet. Here comes Galgus. Galgus pivots. His shot is deflected. Galetka with pressure from Held. Reverses course. It heads up the ice. Poke checked away from him, though. Dominic Mister sends it forward. Galetka collects as the Tigers had to get onside. Angled pass across the ice. Too strong for Nicholson. He can't handle it. It comes back to Galetka. 3:25 to go. Galetka. His pass is deflected by Dominic Mister. Mister with pressure sees Galetka just send it up. Now Hill. Hill pushing it forward. Galetka into the offensive zone. Will he try to end it here? Galetka falls down, tries to center. It's loose in front and trickles to the far side corner. Matt Nicholson. Nicholson tries to get a shot off. It's blocked. Smith and Nicholson come together. The puck trickles down the ice, and Galetka collects it, sends it to a teammate across, and gets it back. Galetka Playing pass behind the net. And the Invaders will ice the puck with 2.5 to go. Normandy 9, Twinsburg nothing. Once again, we'll be back on the air at 7 o'clock tonight for CVCA and Whitmer, the nightcap. Whitmer victorious over the Royals on December 17th in the Karen Barlow tournament. An upset game that happened at 7:30 in the morning. It was the Royals' third game in 36 hours. CVCA certainly wanted to exact a little bit of, I won't call it revenge, but just try and get the win. Whitmer, on the other hand, looking to try and take command of this tournament in the standings as they try and defend their championship of a year ago. Here comes Willen Hill. Hill shoots, saved by Syke. Puck is loose in the corner. Rayma Johnson and Jude Price come together. Puck comes to the near side. Galgus takes the body, but still has the puck. Galgus skates in front. His shot is pushed aside. He gets it back. Minute 24 to go. Galgus loses it. Johnson at center ice. Her pass is deflected. And here come the Invaders. Josh Price tries to end it. Cannot. It's swept aside by Syke. Minute 7 to go. Coleman pushes it forward for Johnson. Johnson has it intercepted. Jude Price shoots. It's wide. Price tries to end it. It's over the goal. 54 seconds left. The only question now is, will we go to the end of regulation? Mario Terrellari gets it in front. It's loose. Near side, Galetka tries to center for Jude Price. He can't get it. One more chance perhaps for Bobby Lemieux with 37 seconds left. 1-on-3. Lemieux shoots. It's wide. Rayma Johnson winds up. Saved by Scherer. To the far side. Rachel Zamakil is out. 21 seconds left. It's angled up. Intercepted as a player comes off the bench for Twinsburg. It's Dominic Mister. He sends it in deep. Galetka has it. Mister back checks. Josh Price gets it. Here comes Lemieux. 7 seconds left. Shot saved by Scherer. And she's going to get the shutout. She earned it with that last save. The buzzer sounds. Final score.